I was like just cruising online looking up interesting things about tarot and artists and spreads and things, and I found a guide to use the tarot to organize your to-do list.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
You put everything on your to-do list on a Post-it, and then you stick it on the back of the cards, and then you put those cards in order, and my time is formless enough that, like, just that amount of structure is really helpful. Now I have, like, uh, tasks I want to complete throughout the whole week that are really gonna help because I've been lagging behind on those things, so, really, any
Yeah.
port in a storm, I'm kind of Neptunian about things, so Hmm.
Yeah. That might help me as far as like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't know if the word is guilty, but like to prioritize things and just let the tarot decide like what's the most important thing to like, I don't know, just to not make me so anxious about, well, this should be first, but this, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
like
that
Tara
idea.
said, "Take care of this on Tuesday," and, like, I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Like I
I'll
have to
do
go to the
that.
DMV and I'm just like, I don't want to go. But yeah, maybe
Oh, yeah.
tarot can help me decide when to
Yeah, yeah.
go.
Well,
Yeah.
it was interrobang.com.
Tarot bit. Okay.
Interrobang. Yeah, it's a non-binary artist named Evan who,
Cool.
has 2 decks coming out now and a guidebook. So, a pretty prolific artist with a definite,
Awesome.
interesting and worthwhile point of view.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Um, is it warm there where you are?
Yeah, it is actually more humid than warm right now, if you can
Oh,
tell.
stuffy nuts.
It's like it bucketed rain a couple of days ago, and it just started raining again. It's supposed to rain tonight, and then there's another storm supposedly on the way, so it's definitely the rainy season here.
Yeah. Yeah. We got like pumpkin spice latte weather right now going on. So it's like in the high 60s, low 70s, which is just for Sandy. It's just cold. Ooh, that's chilly, like, oh, it's,
Yeah. Good
below
weather.
70. Oh, let me get my scarf on. Uh,
Yeah. That's the way it will feel here later once the wet
oh,
part of the season. Now it's like you step outside into a sponge, a wet sponge.
yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Gosh. And the hurricane, I hope everybody that is in the path of that hurricane was just looked
Mhm.
like a disaster. So,
Yeah,
would
any of y'all watching us in the path of that hurricane, like, well, I just got the tail end of it and it freaking
and it
drenched
was
us.
yeah, yeah.
It
Does that
flooded
have
the
to do
creek.
yeah, does this extreme weather I know this is climate change, but Uranus in Taurus, we've seen a lot of terrible weather and fires and
Yeah, yeah, earth changes,
yeah,
flooding, and definitely fires. Gemini too, Gemini, Uranus and Gemini. Gemini is about the winds,
yeah.
and it's a, mutable sign, so the weather will probably shift and be pretty changeable. But we're talking about,
Mm,
like, hurricanes with damaging winds and tornadoes and crazy
mhm.
derecho storms and all this weird stuff.
Wow, yeah, I didn't even think about that. When is that shift happening? Because Uranus has been in Taurus, it feels like forever.
It
Um,
feels like forever. It's next year sometime that it
okay,
moves into
right,
Gemini. It's not
okay.
quite yet, and it's
It's like
probably
2026, like, officially in the Gemini,
well,
mostly.
let's have a look.
Look at the map.
Let me remove private charts real quick, and then we can put
Yeah.
the charts up and look at them.
It's always, interesting or when planets are, like, at those last degrees and the
Yeah.
impact they have, and then they shift into the next one, kinda like what Pluto's doing in Capricorn right now, and will shift into Aquarius. The impact that will have,
Yeah,
is can
yeah.
be very intense, right?
Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are all moving in new signs next year, and Saturn as well.
Wow. Oh my
and
gosh.
Jupiter, but Jupiter moves into a new sign every year. That's not unusual, but having all
Yeah.
3 outers and then Saturn all changing signs in the
Yeah.
same year, it's something. And so I think
That's
that
really big.
what that means for Libra and everybody else is that you'll see a lot of people processing the end of a cycle.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I think that's coming up too. I'm sure we'll talk about the eclipses as well, and another cycle ending and new things beginning.
Yes, there's a lot of that around the eclipse
It's a
too.
yeah.
It's
So
it's been a hard year for relationships. Okay,
Aries.
I'm gonna about to share some charts with you.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna I'm gonna lay down some charting. All right. Oops. What do we do here? Yeah, so this is the day, July 7th. That's when Uranus changes signs, moves into Gemini, out of Taurus.
Ooh,
So let's see if that happens again. Yeah, it's going to cross the cusp again in November and then move into Gemini for good in 2026. So basically, July through
okay.
November is when we get our first taste of Uranus and Gemini for most of us, unless you're over 84 years old. And then you've been here before.
My
For most
dad,
of
my
us.
dad,
Your dad?
my pops, yeah, he's just turned 84, so maybe he was
Oh, oh,
right
okay.
on the
Ask
end
him
of
what his
that.
first
Yeah.
7 years were like.
Oh, yeah, and my grandparents too. My mother's parents are both alive. My grandpa's 100 and my grandmother is 97. She's turning 98 soon. We
Wow.
live a long time.
Wow, you do have good genes, don't you? Good genes for living a
Apparently,
long life.
yes.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. That's a lot of Aries and seeing as well.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be the Taurus season, just following.
Oh,
But yeah, it's
gosh.
gonna be Neptune in Aries, Saturn in Aries for a long time. We're gonna see
Mm,
this, and Chiron is kinda moving out of Aries now.
finally, we've healed ourselves, perhaps, maybe. I don't know.
'Cause we've healed
Um,
ourselves. I mean, I have to say, like, Chiron in Aries seems like kind of a Gen X thing to me. Alright?
yes.
That plus, Pluto and Libra. I mean, I was born just
Mhm.
at the very, very beginning of Pluto and Libra in
Yeah,
'72, and I think that
right.
officially Gen X extends a little bit back into Virgo, but the
Yeah.
Libra thing really seems, to be a big deal with me and my peers. And then
Mhm.
as we move into our 50s, we're all having our Chiron return. We're all having Chiron
Yeah,
back to where it started. It's got about a 50-year cycle. And so there
right
has
there.
been, at least among me and my friends and the people that I talk with about such things, we're all coming into ourselves on a whole different level. And there's a lot of self acceptance that comes along with that. Like,
Yeah,
I,
absolutely.
I don't beat myself up about stupid things the way that I used to about, and just looking at myself through a real kind of screwed up
Yeah.
perspective.
Right, right. I think that's it. We have the 50 years of perspective. We kind of can look a little bit more broadly and say, you know what, my 20s, 30s, whatever, I was just trying to figure things out. And even now I'm still trying to figure things out. And also like some of the things that we worried about doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Things I worried so much about are just not even
Yeah.
on the
Nobody
radar
cares.
anymore. So I'm
Yeah.
just going back
Yeah.
to today here. And
Oh,
today
right.
we've
Yeah.
got Pluto at 29, Neptune at 28, Uranus at 26. So we really are blowing through those things that stand in the way of our our progression and our spiritual growth. Not to be real woo woo, airy fairy, but that is
Mhm.
what these planets are about. There's a book about them, about their transits. It's called The Gods of Change, and they are very much uh, about the larger cycles, not just in your own life, but the shared experience that we all have.
Right. Yeah. It's that Gen X shared experience of maybe transformative relationships with Pluto being
Yeah.
in Libra. Like, most of, I remember eighth grade, my teacher asked this whole class of us, like, are any of your parents married still? Only two people had raised their hands out of a class
Oh,
of
wow.
30, you know? And so these, we are, you can see it like, what does marriage mean? What does relationships mean? And then also like, who are you? So that whole spiritual journey, I know that I've been going through for a long time. And it really, they talk about the spiritual awakening and, you want it to be rainbows and unicorns, but it's really like rocks and
Yeah, right. Rocks in your
oatmeal,
shoe
just
for miles and
yeah,
miles down the path. Yeah.
yeah, sweating, and you're just like, more? There's more." So,
Like, can I
yeah.
just lie down and sleep
Yeah,
for a while?
yeah, be a soft, pretty princess. Nope, got a lot of work to do. Could still be a princess, but there's work to be done.
There's work to be done.
Mhm.
That means you too, Libra. So
Yeah.
we're in the Libra season now. How's that feeling to you as we approach your Libra birthday?
Woohoo! A lot of insight, um, a bit of spiciness in a lot of different relationships, and, I'm just trying to stay in a calm, meditative space because I can feel a little bit of the Aries, the balance of
Mm.
Libra and Aries, and so sometimes it gets me a little like, "Arr, I want to, rageaholic," but I can't do that. I've learned in my almost 50 years here. And so I'm seeing a dynamic shift for me. A lot of this is in my ninth and 10th house. So I
Mm.
am traveling far away during this time, in a couple of weeks. And then it feels like there's going to be a shift in my career. So I
Nice.
am focusing on those things and yeah, feeling good about those decisions that I need to make.
That sounds great.
Mm.
That sounds
Yeah,
great. I think
yeah,
the last time we looked at your chart, we kind of confirmed that too, right?
yeah, absolutely. Um, and I feel like at peace about those things as well. And there's no anxiety over like, if I have to get another job or if there's a promotion or whatever is happening, I'm totally fine. I have like a plan of a plan of a other plan. So I feel really, really good about any decision that comes down the pipeline.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Are you finding the South Node in Libra is being good to you? Are you finding
Yeah.
the cosmic tide taking things out that no longer work for you?
Yes, yeah. And I have to watch again what I'm saying, but not really. I can feel like a little bit of the scorpion energy approaching or this dark feminine. And so I'm saying a lot more than I usually do,
Mm.
especially around work colleagues, not being disrespectful, but more of like standing my ground and saying,
Mm.
"Hey, I'm not doing this." Or if this isn't my job, I probably shouldn't be doing it, or, things like that, where I would just kind of suck it up and do the thing. And now I'm kind of like, man, I don't want to do that. So
Well, that makes
it's,
a lot of sense with
yeah,
Venus, your ruling planet, trining Mars this week. So
yeah,
Libras, y'all take a note from Roslynn because your ruling planet is in Scorpio. Your ruling planet is tends to be accommodating, but right now it's in the sign of kicking ass
yeah,
in
she
a
does not,
strategic way. So
she is
for
not playing around right now.
you're not playing
Oh,
around and you're out for yourself. And you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing. Um,
no, not at all.
yeah.
And I like it. I like being able to say, hey, this isn't what you're paying me to do, or you need to recognize all the work that I'm doing. And so I need to be compensated for that.
Yeah,
Values,
absolutely.
money, all that stuff. That's very, Venus and it's very Scorpio.
I mean, it's fundamental.
Mhm.
We all gotta eat.
Yeah, and the prices right now are a little bit, crazy.
Yep, right, you need money to buy the food that's overpriced. Right, right.
I don't need a ton, but geez.
But,
Yeah.
oh, man, I keep clicking on the things that I don't mean to. Okay, Libra, looky here. You got your sun just passed. It just passed. The sun's at 7 and the south node's at 6. So the sun just passed the south node. And that means that sucking sound that you hear is going to get quieter and quieter as time moves on. The sucking sound that is sucking relationships into a complicated place. And Mercury is gonna about to do the same, like, later tonight, Mercury will run by the south node too, and then they will be heading towards that solar eclipse that's happening on Wednesday,
And the
the
second, is that a
2nd,
Wednesday?
right? Because Monday's the 30th, Tuesday's the 1st, Wednesday is the 2nd. So Wednesday
Yes.
is that solar eclipse.
And
So,
that's
right
gonna bring a lot.
now is the time to be clearing and cleansing one's space and banishing from one's space that which one no longer wants.
Yes.
Which is what I've been doing for the last couple of hours sitting here in my little office, and it's actually feeling quite ordered and nice, whereas before it was just like piles of years old piles of jumbles that I just didn't have
Wow.
anywhere else to put the stuff. Do you ever get, like, the stuff collectors that you end up, like, just full of random stuff?
Yep.
That's what I
Boxes
tackled.
and things. That's good. That's really nice. That's what I'm kinda doing today too. Laundry and just getting things reorganized before I head out on my little trip here. But just wanting it to be like, what do I need? Can I give it away to people or Goodwill or whatever it is? Yeah, and it's important to be
Yeah.
unencumbered for this
Making
next cycle.
space is very
Mhm.
important. I think this time is about making space on all the levels, not just the material level of your stuff, but making emotional space for the kind
Yeah.
of relationships. Like, I was just thinking back on a relationship that's not going well, and at the beginning of the relationship, there was not really a space for me to be in it, but I kinda jammed myself into it anyway, and, um, that was a lesson. That was a lesson. So,
Absolutely, yeah, and it's hard to learn because we are dealing with relationships, and we're so good at them, Libras, and that Libra energy. Like we're charming and thoughtful and all those things, but then when you realize, oh, this is not reciprocated, they don't want any of this. It's like
right. They
take a
don't
break from this.
appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah, let me go give it to somebody who is interested, and that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Or just
Yeah.
give it to myself. That's fine too.
Oh,
Like,
hallelujah, that.
yeah, like I've kind of, and, like, I don't wanna again, I feel like I'm new age fairy tale book right now, but I have kind of been getting more into self-love,
Mhm.
like that North Node in Aries is calling for, because I've, kind of let go of some relationship things that I realized were not for me.
Yeah. I just keep thinking it shouldn't be if it's really, really hard, like, I know there's challenges, but if it's like I'm pushing against a wall all the time, a brick wall, then
Yeah,
there's
for years and
another
years and years. Yeah.
yeah, for decades. Like,
Yeah,
let
it's
me
like,
just not.
finally, I got the message. That wall's not gonna move.
Right,
Come
right. Go find a
on.
door. Go find a door.
Yeah, right. Yes, thank you. Yes.
It's super easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, and those are important, but yeah, we can be very tenacious on those relationships, like, "This should work."
Yeah.
And,
Like,
you want to take the caretaking too, innocent care of
yeah.
people, so unnecessary.
That's what they're sorry, what did you say?
Oh, it's just unnecessary to, like, try to take care of people that have no interest in.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
to go focus my energies somewhere else.
right. Yeah. So there we are. So here we are. We have come to it, the moment before the solar eclipse.
Big day. That's the big show, guys.
It's
Um,
the big show. Monster
and it's
trucks.
yeah, this Sunday. And actually, that's Wednesday. Um,
Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday at the Expo Center.
I think so.
Well,
Ah,
well, let's just pull up this eclipse chart for
okay.
any of our Libra friends who are just with us for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Oh man, I have like
It's just oh,
computer
there it goes.
issues here. Do you see it?
I see it now. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was almost
Somehow
like
I
outer
can.
limits or something for a
It's
second
like
there.
I can click something and everything goes away, and I'm just not sure
That's not the
why
one.
everything
Yes.
went like this. And I'm sure it's a
It's
feature.
like,
I know it's a feature, but it's just like I
oh,
don't
I
know how to
see.
control it. Yeah. So
Like
here it is, my dear Libra friends. Once
ooh,
more, we've got three planets, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and the South Node, all here in Libra. The South Node is where the cosmic tide flows out. There's a lot of strength there. There's a lot of ability there with Libra. It's like there's this fallback pattern of being accommodating. You know all about that, Libra. Saying yes because you want them to like you, or you don't like to disappoint people, or
or
boundaries
you
are
just want them to be quiet.
uncomfortable.
Just want them to
Yeah.
stop talking.
Yeah, right. I just want some peace and harmony in my life. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that can actually make things worse while the South Node is in Libra. It's like we really have to
absolutely.
pull towards that North Node. And I forgot the last time I told the story. I don't want to be telling the node story every
Do
time,
it.
but you think I should?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Uh,
think, especially people are still learning this language of astrology.
Oh,
It
okay.
never hurts to hear these stories again and again.
Yeah, because I think it really clarifies what the North and South nodes are all about.
Mm.
There was the myth is that there was a serpent or a snake or a demon. It's kind of different in different tellings, but it was a creature that was not mortal, but that found its way into the meeting place of the gods, of the non-mortals, which was forbidden, but he was kind of in disguise, so he's incognito, um sneaking around, and was successful at it. Kinda got in line and got a sip of the nectar of immortality. And then the cover was blown because it was immediately transformed from a lowly creature to a magnificent dragon. And the gods were like, "Oh, crap. What do we do now?" Because non-mortals are not supposed to have the nectar of immortality, but you can't undo it. So done is done. This thing is mortal now. Oops, right?
Pixies.
So the solution that they agreed upon was they were going to cut that dragon in half, front to back. So there's a front half called the North Node now, and a back half called the South Node. And sometimes you'll hear them called the dragon's head and the dragon's tail. Same thing. Ketu and Rahu, same thing. But the idea was that the idea of interpreting these now is understanding that the back half of the dragon has a lot of power. It's very strong. It has the strongest muscles. It has the tail, has the legs, but that tail's always whipping around. It's very chaotic. There's a lot of chaos at the south node as well because of uh, the size of the forces that are happening there. But that strength can propel you forward if you don't have your head in your ass, okay? You gotta have your head at the head, Libra, which is Aries right now, and that's hard for you. But the head it doesn't have much strength. It's just got the little T-Rex arms, but it's got the intelligence. It has the brain and the eyes and the ears so that it can see what's going on. It can hear what's up and it can make decisions. Okay? So It's about recognizing where your strengths are. Yes, Libra, you're charming, you're accommodating, people like you. You do things for people. But if you overdo that, you end up with your head up your ass and you're in chaos. All right. So it's important to keep your head focused on the North Node now, which is Aries, and let yourself make decisions that are best for yourself because ultimately those end up being the best thing for the whole relationship, for both partners or all parties in the relationship. Because when the head leads, the tail ends up benefiting too.
Yeah, I love that story.
It's a good
Letting go of the
story.
past. Yeah, like, just gotta let go of this stuff, this old baggage that you have.
Yeah,
You've already done it. You already done it, you know it's there. Focus
right.
on the north node in your head,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and the reason I like those stories so much is it's not like I just have to cut off my legs and be done with them and never ever lean into my strengths as a Libra because now that's not what it's saying at all. It's about using those strengths to power the whole thing. It's just that because these two halves of the dragon are separated now, we have to use our consciousness to bring them together and kind of glue them together and get the head working with the body. And that's why being a human being in a human body can be really hard sometimes.
Yes.
'Cause that's a
Um,
lot to manage, but that's
right.
adulting. That's adulting.
Indeed, indeed. It's like, it would like the south node be kind of like your toolbox, what you brought into this lifetime, your
Yeah, you
gifts
can
and
say
things,
that. Mhm, like it's a
and then
toolbox. It's your strengths,
mhm,
it's your fallback patterns, your
yeah,
habit patterns.
yes, and then now you're learning with the north node and, getting more gifts, I think, right? You're finding out
Oh, yeah.
new things so that you can add this also to your toolbox, and they're gonna work simultaneously together to keep
Yeah.
moving you forward, which is good, but it can be, a little frightening because dragons' heads can be, I don't know, there's fire and teeth. Oh,
But you're the one spitting the fire, it's
that's
like
true.
it's your dragon, right? It's your
Right.
head, it's your head. But
How to
right, that's
train this
powerful.
dragon.
Right, that's true. I didn't think about the
Yeah.
fire because 'cause it's got a
Yeah,
different kind of strength than the, tail does.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but
So,
the
yeah, I love
tail
that.
the tail not to be gross here, Libras, 'cause I know you guys are all, like, little dainty,
No, you
delicate
got
ears.
it.
But the back half also has the anus, so it's where we let go. It's where we let
Mm,
go. It's where
mhm.
we process out things and relationships. And that means that if your South Node is in Libra in your birth chart, for example, that's a major part of your life story is progressing from crappy relationships and making crappy relationship choices to being able to let that go and make better choices that work for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And, good to let go of stuff, otherwise you feel very toxic, if you haven't released things, in that
Mhm.
way, you're gonna get a really bad stomach ache, and problems back up. So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
have that
Pooping
flush
is
through.
so
Very
healthy.
important. Yeah,
So
yeah.
healthy. Such an important part.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't want
So,
the drain
sometimes
stacking
we
up.
gotta think about it that way, like, just
Yeah.
that's an important release that we all have to
Well, I'm
take
really
care.
glad you brought that up because even though I have training in health and well-being, sometimes I forget to bring it up. But with the ruling planet of Libra right now moving through Scorpio, it's important to make sure our Scorpio bits are working well. And
Mhm.
but we have a lot of help that way too, because your ruling planet is embroiled in a grand trine with two
All
other
right.
planets in water signs. Do you see that?
Very nice.
Venus
Yeah.
trines Mars and Saturn. So we are talking about some really good connections being possible, not only around the time of this eclipse, but remember the eclipse sets a tone for the next 6 months. So we're talking about interesting connections and also interesting processing of old connections. But I think that you'll find a nice flow of fun and people and connections and being able to move on from something that was not helping was not good for you.
Absolutely. And Scorpio rules about like that release the
Yeah.
genitals as well as excrement, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it is a lot of releasing going on. And
Yeah.
with Venus there, the release of some relationships that maybe you've been holding on to for a long time, not
Mm.
to start holding in on the pooping stuff, but like you might have felt very constipated. You may be
Yeah.
constipated.
Fill up
This is
that
gonna
toilet bowl, Libra. Fill it
right.
up.
Drink your water, get hydrated,
Yeah, get
and
hydrated.
let go of some of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause
It's gonna be
yeah,
powerful.
I
This
agree.
is this is a just 1 degree off of my natal sun. I believe my sun is
Mhm.
at 11. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, speaking of your natal sun and your birthday, you need to watch your mailbox for a special
Oh,
delivery.
yeah. I always forget about that part of birthdays. It's like, oh, my friend just sent me a really cool mug. I He lives in Minnesota, and he'd gotten me a mug for my birthday, and I wish I had it in here, but it has a picture of my dog Suki on it. And I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." Um, and then I took a picture of myself drinking out of that mug, and then put a picture of that on a mug and gave it to him for his birthday. And I called it Mugception, so I don't think Rob will
Mugs.
mind, but this
Ah.
is what he sent me. So, and I'm flipping him off on this in this picture, so he's flipping me off in that one.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh my gosh, y'all
Yeah.
are gonna end up with a whole collection.
I know, I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. His birthday, he's a Capricorn, so I have some time to think about it, but I'm
Oh
excited
my
to like,
gosh.
what are we gonna do?"
Oh, well, I already like your family. That's hilarious.
Yeah. We got that sense of humor for sure. But yeah, so that's what came in my mailbox the other day.
I love that. Oh, have fun.
Mm.
Another from another mug. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
That's
So,
fun.
yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you in advance for that. Yeah. I'm
You're very
excited
welcome.
to see what comes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it
and
sounds like go ahead.
if you hear any rumbling, I forgot there's an air show. It usually happens
Oh,
around this time. So they
okay.
are going, Blue Angels, all those guys are here today.
Mhm.
So.
The Blue Angels. Yeah, we
Yes.
get some interesting flyovers around here sometimes, but not right now. Um, I had something on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot about it, so
I'm
it must
sorry.
not be that important. Oh, no, no worries. It was not think it was any big deal.
So, yeah, because
Should we do a card pull for Libra?
oh, that would be amazing. Let's go
Awesome.
for it.
Let's do it. All right, let me switch my camera setup here.
Yeah, and I gotta go get what did I do last time? I have my little deck here. Arrow. Okay.
Do you
What you
like this
got?
mat? I
What
made this on my sewing
No,
machine.
no way. Oh man. That's one of the things I want to learn. Sewing.
Got a little tie on it so I can
And I love that. The moths and the
Oh, yeah, this
birds.
fabric is wonderful.
That is
Look how
good.
cute they are.
Oh. What are those moths called? I've forgotten.
Luna moths?
Yeah, thank you. Hence the moon there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know if they are, taxidermically correct or whatever. Taxonomically correct, not taxidermically.
Tomato, tomato. One's right, one's wrong. Oh
I
man.
got a new oracle deck that I really like. It's called the Southern Gothic Oracle.
Ooh,
And we
Southern
should
Gothic.
Yeah. It's based on just things from kinda everyday Southern life.
Mhm.
Think we should pick a couple for our Libra watchers?
Please, yes.
Okay, Spirit, give us a message for whoever's watching and needs to hear something. Give us a message
Mhm.
for our Libra friends.
Yeah. you need to know?
Okay. Oh, the blue moon. I've never
Oh,
gotten this one before.
okay.
Second chances and magic. This is a time for magic coming up because we're at the end of one lunar cycle and the beginning of another. So this is the season for banishing now, but
Yes. It
the season for manifesting and intentioning, I guess. The season for intentioning is coming soon, but this is the blue moon card.
I
Let me
love it. I
back.
love that. Of a blue moon. We had one this year, right? Recently?
I think so.
Maybe it was last
Okay,
month.
there we go. In conjure rituals, spells are believed to be especially powerful if cast in the light of the full moon. All right, so it's given us like a
Mm.
2 week time horizon. Maybe it's setting a time horizon for this tarot pull. The moon
Oh, okay.
invites
So
us, yeah, yeah. The moon invites us to delve within our subconscious to explore our emotional selves. It embodies the half light of our thoughts and feelings and takes us through cycles of awareness. The full moon affects tides, crops, and oceans, making the earth swell and vibrate with possibilities. Because a blue moon is the second full moon in a month, it represents second chances. The blue moon is another rare opportunity for a new beginning. The blue moon is a rarity, so when it appears to you, it's time to pay close attention. You are called to strengthen your intuition, invoking the celestial feminine power of the moon to assist you with the ebb and flow of your emotional tides. If a full moon is present at the time of your reading, which it's not, we're closer to the new moon, the message
mm.
of this card is especially poignant. You have been presented with a second chance. Face it head on. So I don't know, but I kind of did some peeking ahead to the next lunar cycle,
Mhm.
the next full moon after this new moon, this eclipse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is the cowrie shell.
Ooh, oh my
Yes, this
goodness.
is okay. This is and it's the next one after the new moons, 18 or the full moon, 18 and 19.
Oh,
Anyway,
I
I
love
think I
that.
just jumped around. Like, all right, yeah,
Yeah, 'cause,
cowrie
shells,
shells.
that's super lucky, right?
Uh,
Those are beautiful.
passion, feminine power. Anyway, it says
Yeah.
passion and feminine power. Yeah, because the cowrie shells represent kind of like the king of the ace of wands represents the male of anatomy. Like this one has a strong femaleness to it. Um, and
And
it's kind
then
of a secondary or support that we can keep in mind. The Gullah people of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina still carry many traditions from West Africa, such as a spiritual appreciation for seashells. In West Africa, the cowrie shell can symbolize a variety of concepts. The little oval shells are like nature's coins and have been used for centuries as both currency and jewelry. Over the centuries, cowries became a powerful symbol of wealth and power. Their shape also suggests the female sex organs, and as such, the shells have equally been admired as symbols of fertility and birth. Cowries serve as adornments used to beautify the hair, clothing, and household objects, and hold the power to enhance the mystique of the wearer. If you draw the cowrie shells card, it is time to get in touch with the divine aspects of physical attraction, desire, and rebirth. You are a sensual being. Explore your heart's desire to bring your instincts and sensuality into alignment so you can find joy in renewal. So the blue moon card is telling us about second chances and about lunar magic, and then this is being giving us a little more information about what that's to be used for.
right, right, and this Venus being in Scorpio and kind of the sensuality, like, all the sensuality is very empower or, like, apparent in those 2
Yeah.
cards, and especially with the full moon too. Just seems like
Yeah.
it's all very feminine driven.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing in the eclipse chart is like it's getting you grounded too. Like it's getting you
Mm,
moving forward because it's so tied in with Mars and Saturn too. So it's like,
mm.
yeah, so I don't know about you, but I'm really feeling energy start to move for my future. And even though I'm pretty uncertain about where things are going for
It's
me,
going. Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely going. And there it's like and it's not a heavy lift right now. Um,
Right.
I haven't had to
Right.
work hard to get it to move. It's just moving. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying. It is.
okay, and I'll move
Um,
those to there. Good.
that's great. Yeah, I've actually started doing some candle work too.
Ooh,
This Libra season. And that's new for me, but working with like Persephone and Aphrodite and Hecate, these three goddesses of like that kind of energy of, love and femininity, and Persephone, especially kind of this, having to go back down
yeah,
into the
yes.
world now and be with Hades for a little while.
And Hecate
And
kind
just
of
being that like,
helps her
exact,
mom get to her, right?
absolutely those crossroads and the transitions of
Yeah.
things. Yeah, it's very powerful of like the support of the divine feminine is really feels
Mm.
like it's coming through.
Well, I love that, and I'm like a huge fan of Hecate. I am.
Yeah,
I
very
am. I
much.
think we've talked about that before.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have some cards you wanted to pull?
I just have my little witchy tarot,
Well, let's do it.
which I
Let's,
love.
which one do you have?
I just have the literal. I use it so much. It's so just battered now. The
Oh my
witch's tarot,
goodness. I love it.
and it's a mini deck because I have a very dainty girl hands. So like, I do like to use them because it's easier for me to shuffle them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they
that
are
does get
Hecate.
to be an issue.
This is Hecate, right? This is
Oh, the
one of
triple
her
moon goddess?
symbols. Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
So again, didn't realize it until recently. I was like, oh, she's all over the place for me now. She come in years ago, and I'm just realizing like, da da da. So let's see what we can get for our wonderful Libra audience. Thank you. Oh, thank you, ancestors. Mine's already fallen out here. Anybody else want to come up through? Oh, okay. Air energy. And let's see. Yeah, one more for us, or is that's much? Yeah. Oh, almost lost him. Okay. Super duper. Okay. Oh, wow. So the first card that fell out, the High Priest, I think it was the Hermit. Woo! Number 5. So he's like the what do you call it?
The Hierophant?
The counter to the High Priestess. So this is
Yeah.
in this deck he's called the High Priest. So he's the Hierophant, right? Oh no, sorry, the Hermit. Words are hard right now. This is our um, and so okay, so that's number 5. Is that it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
I thought 5 was the
Um,
Hierophant.
you're right, you're right. It is a Hierophant. That makes more sense than the Hermit. Thank you. I think the Hermit's 7. And then Queen of Swords came out, air energy, right? Let's see. And I like this because the 5 of Pentacles fell out in reverse.
Ooh, yeah, we like
And
that. Coming out
yes,
of the
and then
cold. Yes.
the
Coming
6
in
of
from the cold.
Swords.
Oh,
Yeah, and then the
yeah.
6 of Swords moving. Like, we're moving away from this, like,
Mm. Mhm.
this lack. We are traveling to better waters,
Love that.
um, and clearing out the mental chaos. And then
Love
at the
that.
bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles, her loyal dog there, just being, like, happy in who she is and being able to take care of her own business.
Yeah,
Not
paying
that
the
another
bills.
person wouldn't be awesome to come along, but I think being in your own power, is super important.
Yeah. That way
But
that
yeah,
when that other person comes along, you're with them because you choose them, not because you need their
yes,
support.
yes.
Yeah.
That's a nice reading. Fierce Queen of Swords. I like that. I like the Queen of Swords. She's been described to me as like, kind of the no nonsense
Yeah.
of the queens, um, and just being able to speak your truth, which sometimes for women especially, we've been muted for so long. We're
Mhm.
just kind of done with that. We don't
Yeah.
need to
It's
be
kind of
quiet
the
anymore.
it's kind of the quintessential Libra significator card too for female or feminine Libras,
That's
right?
super true. Yeah, I think you're right. Um, and we're just does she have just lavender in her lap? And there's like, oh my gosh, there's like a little fairy. She's got her feet in the water, but she's got some nice boots on. Oh no, that's her cloak. But it looks like water in the step. Like she's kind of stepping on the ocean, but she's not letting herself be bothered by it. There's a lot of blue in this card too. There's a lot of blue in
Mm.
these cards. So throat chakra energy.
Hmm.
I always feel like blue is the truth. Oh, I got my blue or my turquoisey bandana on today.
Yes, I love the
So
blue on you. It looks so pretty.
yeah. I've been watching The Bear a lot too. So I felt like, oh, I need to, if you've ever seen it, one of the characters wears this a lot on her
Oh,
head.
no, I haven't.
And
Is
I'm
it
like, that's
worth
a good way to keep
watching?
your hair back. Oh my gosh, yes. It's traumatic, but also there is some humor and it's intense. Just don't watch it on an empty stomach because they do have like some amazing close-ups. About a chef and his life. But when they start
Wow.
cooking, it's just like, looks delicious.
That really makes you wanna
to
eat.
eat. I have to eat everything. So yeah. What do you think about these guys, these cods?
Well, I love that, the significator of air sign ladies came up, and I love that the moving on card, the 6 of
Yeah.
swords came up, and then what was the other one?
5 of Pentacles
5
upside
of pentacles
in
in reverse.
reverse,
Those are such good cards.
and then the Hierophant. I wonder if that has to, like, he's tradition, right? He's, like, kinda like,
Mhm.
"This is the way it has to be," but I
Yeah,
feel
like a
like
belief system, like a systematized way of doing
like
or
this
being.
right. I wonder if this is kinda, like, bucking the system a little bit because these ladies are these these feel so independent to me. These
Mm,
2
oh,
ladies, like,
interesting. Mhm.
kind of moving away. Not that we don't need this kind of solid groundingness, or maybe he's coming in to ground this other energy. One
Maybe
clarifier
he's
for
like, "Man, I'm just sorry I married the 2 of you."
right. Done. I
Well,
feel
that really
I
didn't
feel
work
like that
out.
is super he's like, I'm just gonna be over here if you need me, but not that you do, but just in case. But I
P.S.
will
I can't
also be
believe you
quiet.
waited that long.
No. Oh, and yeah, just sort of see this clarifying the hair. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. I got 10 of cups.
Oh.
I got the 8 of pentacles with this. Oh gosh,
Oh
too
my
many
gosh, you
things.
know what that just reminded me of is like one of
And the
the
9 of
things that's
pentacles.
on my to-do list for this week
Yeah.
is to look for small business accounting classes. Like
Ooh, that's
to
important.
learn a skill from like a teacher or a hierophant that will give me some pentacles stability. That you pulled the 8 of pentacles, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
These are what fell out.
that's what came to me.
Yeah. So oops. So it
Ooh.
was the 10 of cups, 8 of pentacles, and then the 9 of pentacles. So like what you're saying,
Oh
you'll
yeah.
get that kind of wish fulfillment, stability, looking awesome. Yeah. So I think
Yeah,
the hair font is coming in to solidify that energy, or that's your new tradition.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds
Queen
awesome.
of Pentacles is just really staying there. Oh, behind the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress,
Mm.
the Wheel of Fortune. So there's a lot of good stuff. I think it's
Huh.
like embrace yourself,
Mm.
embrace your intuition right now, and
Yeah.
no more
It's
lack.
the change. The
Mhm.
Wheel of Fortune, do you think of that as a lucky card? I've heard it. I never really
Yeah,
know what to make of it when it comes out.
right, right. I feel like sometimes it's like your energy is changing, your luck is changing.
Mm.
Even if it's reversed, I feel like okay, now you've kind of not down on your luck, but you're kind of going through some challenges, but the wheel always keeps turning. And
Mm.
so
Okay.
before you know it, you'll be back on your feet and moving forward again. So we just seem to be at the top this change and it feels correct. Like, yeah, all of this stuff, like you were saying, the movement is
Mm.
happening
Mhm.
and the pentacles are nice in these positions because they're about like working hard to get what you deserve, which is the 10 of cups. And none of this like five of pentacles nonsense. Like that's
Mm,
being
yeah.
out in the cold is done. So, oh my gosh, I have to tell you, I went to get gas today and I'm just working on my independence as a Libra and getting through this divorce and everything. But still, like, I've got money to get things and do things, but I was filling up my gas tank which can be very expensive,
Yeah.
at anywhere, but I was cleaning my windows, and usually I watch it, like, ticking away, and today I was like, "It's just gonna fill itself up. I'll get when it stops." It stopped, and it's an amazing, thing. I don't know if anybody will be able to see this, but, can you see that? That's five,
Five,
five, five,
five,
five,
five,
five, five,
five.
five.
Wow.
I was like, "Change is coming. Change is coming."
Mm.
You know, but I was not bothered by it because I was just wiping my windows and talking to my dog, and I was just like, "Oh, yeah, change is happening, the change is here." So,
Yeah, you just move through it day
yeah.
by day. And you get to a point where changing is less scary than not changing, I think.
I think the not changing is scarier, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And my Pluto is, conjunct my Sun, so I feel like I'm always in this
Oh.
changing energy of spirituality, especially, like this growing and learning and hopefully sharing those ideas with others. It's okay to change. It's safe.
It's a constant evolution.
Yeah,
If you
it
stop
is.
changing, then you stop growing. And that's when
Yeah.
life starts.
A little boring, a little dull.
Yeah, it gets boring. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Dull.
yeah.
Dull.
I was
Dull.
also born on the 5th, so I'm
Oh,
just
there
like
you
I
go.
have a lot of
You were born
5s. I
in
have a lot of 5s. Yes.
10 5,
October.
and 10 is 2 fives.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. Yeah. My phone number's full of 5s. Like it's just a ridiculous. So change is my normalcy. Change is just like what I am.
Maybe that's me too, because I was born on 325. So,
Oh, that's
yeah,
crazy. Wow. But yeah. So we're just change makers, that's all.
that's it. That's it. We're just stirring up the pot.
Yeah, it's 2 cardinal signs of kicking butt, kicking
I
names.
love it.
People love it. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like sometimes that is my job is to help people change and transition, and I've helped people through Reiki actually transition from this life to the next.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, those are
That's beautiful. I've been
very
thinking about
interesting.
asking you for a long distance Reiki.
Oh, yeah, I would love it. Absolutely, especially mm, this month would be nice to do the eclipse or something. That might be a fun time to do it. I remember I tuned somebody during an eclipse. That was one of the most powerful attunements. Um, she had one of those watches on that read your heart rate and how much you walked and all that stuff. And she looked at it after the attunement and she's like, "This thing said that like I walked like a mile or something."
Oh
And
my
she had,
gosh.
we were just sitting the whole, of course, the bird stopped singing, all that stuff. But it was so powerful.
Wow.
watch went crazy. So I love eclipse energy. I know you're not supposed to like, do too many things during it, but
Okay,
enjoy.
well, let's talk about setting up on, I guess the eclipse
Yeah.
is Wednesday? Is it? Let me look at this.
Wednesday. And then the full moon, right? The full moon on October 17th.
I think that
There's the
sounds right. Okay, it's
lunar.
October 2nd at 2:49 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
So about the same time of day as we're talking now.
Mhm.
And then if we go into the full moon, and it sounds like maybe you're going to be traveling in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be in New York on the 17th. So depending on what I'm doing, I might even be able to do it from over there.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Live from New York.
Yeah.
It's Roslynn. We'll
I
do
know.
a cold
I'm sick.
open and everything.
Exactly. I would love it. I'm 6 days older than SNL. Um,
Oh, wow.
so I'm going into my 50th season.
Your 50th season. That's
Even though I'm
fantastic.
turning 49, but it's yeah. We're both 75 babies.
Okay, Libras, one final note because we're getting close to an hour. The chart of the full moon here. Check this out. We've got the moon and the sun in opposition, definition of a full moon, but we've also got Mars and Pluto in opposition, squaring
Oh
the
gosh,
full
that's
moon.
so
So it's a
big.
it's a grand cross in cardinal signs at the time of this next full moon. So we're not getting a whole lot of relief from this
Yeah,
next
no.
lunar cycle. It's going to be really activating. It's going to be it's demanding of your energy, and you're going to probably be feeling pulled in a lot of different directions, and you're going to have to protect your own energy so that it doesn't get completely pulled off the rails. Be sure to say no to things you don't want to do, and don't let angry people ruin your day because they're feeling wounded. See, I'm seeing this moon Chiron in Aries
Yeah.
squaring Mars, and that's just like somebody's just not feeling good about themselves, and that doesn't have to have anything to do with you, or however they are expressing that, even if it comes out like they're telling you you did something wrong. Does that make sense? Because
Mhm.
it's not really about you at all when somebody says something like that to you.
Very much so. Oh gosh, and Venus will be at 29 degrees. I'm also noticing that Chiron and Jupiter are sextile. Great.
Yes, yes,
So
and
warm.
that's actually in effect for all of October. That comes
Right,
in
that's right.
early, and because Jupiter is changing direction, it's moving slower than normal. And so Chiron and Jupiter are kind of tracking in this sextile for the whole month. And it
Mm.
actually hits exact twice during that time. But it's not like they separated and then met up again. It's that they're kind of tracking together like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And another cool Venus is still in a grand trine here. Venus is now in the grand trine with Mars and Neptune. So this is a totally different kind of Venus than in the eclipse chart, where Venus has
Absolutely.
got her business together, you know. Venus and Mars are a Venus Mars connection is always really exciting because Venus brings the sweetness and Mars brings the activity, and they're kind of natural divine counterparts to one another, and they're in the same element. They're both in water signs. So we're really vibing emotionally here with something. And at the time of the eclipse, Venus and Mars were trying as well. And there was this third planet, Saturn, completing the grand trine, kind of completing the triangle circuit. And now the third planet is Neptune. So instead
Mm.
of having this, I got my act together, really responsible, there's sort of an idea of creative physical movement and creativity and art and going dancing and, hopefully not getting too drunk, although that's something with
Right.
Neptune too.
a real
Um,
blurring the lines here.
yeah, I mean, it's you're having like such a good time that this is one of those times when you don't really recognize the limits and the boundaries. Um,
Mhm.
at least talking to my younger self, my older self is like, I don't have no problem with that because I don't like hurting in the mornings, and that makes the decisions a lot easier.
Right. I'm going right to bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't want none of those hangover headaches and just
Oh god,
stomach
the
aches.
spinning. I
No,
just
yeah.
can't do the spinning. I already have
Mm,
vertigo. I can't. Scary.
yeah.
Yeah. So could be a fun time to be had on this full moon lunar eclipse.
Yeah, it looks like fun times to be had. Be careful because there's a Mars
Yes.
square. There's a Mars square, so be careful. Don't lose your cool, but don't hide out in the bathroom either. You
Yeah.
know, there's a good time to be had. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah,
just
for
like
sure.
Rosalind said.
I want it. I want a good time to be had.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Maybe a
right.
little
Got any
less.
big plans in New York? Is it a business trip or a pleasure
It
trip?
is, yeah, it is a business trip. I've been working with a friend for, gosh, a long time, 15 years now. But he and his wife have a business, Backyard Green Films. And we've been working on things focused on agriculture. So they did a documentary about the Holstein dilemma, talking about heritage breed farm animals that we don't really utilize enough. And so you don't necessarily have to eat them, but we need to use their wool and their
Mm-hmm.
fur and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm going to Rhinebeck to film some of the Wool and Sheep Fest. I think I said that backwards. New York Sheep and Wool Fest. Um, and get to do interviews with people that make these amazing outfits all out of wool or Angora sweater. Like these people are amazing. It's like the Comic Con of the fiber arts. So
That
I'm
sounds
excited.
great.
Yeah, yeah,
Sounds
they're a
great.
lot of talent. And then I just get to be in like New York and see the leaves change, which I've only seen once when I was back there before COVID. Uh, you don't really get that here.
You're
Um,
gonna be peak leaf peeping season for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah. It's gonna be
excited
gorgeous.
about that. Yeah, yeah. So if you're in Rhinebeck, come stop by and say hello.
Oh, it's tempting. It's tempting.
Yeah,
Get in the
yeah.
car and drive
It's
out there.
yeah, yeah. But so that's kind of my October, and then yeah, the rest of the month is just working and seeing what I need to let go of so that I can really be authentic. That has been my word for the last year and a half. Let's just be authentic. Who am I really, truly? Peeling off those layers because of the codependency that some of us have, especially as Libras,
Mm-hmm.
when we kind of just say, "Yeah, I'll do that for you." Now going, I don't really like that. I I had a friend. She was helping me when I realized I was codependent, and she was like, "Yeah, I was in the store and I'm trying to get just a loaf of bread," and she's like, "Well, I know my son likes this one, my husband liked that one," and then she was like really kind of stuck on like, but which one did she like? And so I'm kind of in that phase of like, do I like this bread? Like I'm literally like, do I like this bread? No, I don't. Let me get a new brand next time. And so that's what I've been working on. And so I can actually find out who I am as a person and then feel like, okay, now I can bring in the people that I want in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's that's so basic, but it takes a lot of us so long to learn that if we want to have the right people in our lives, we have to be ourselves completely.
Yeah. Yeah. And not be mad at those people and just hopefully ask for forgiveness for, being, trying to figure out things. But again, giving yourself the time to figure it out. It's fine, the human journey.
Yeah. 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 And we're all going to be okay. And you'll be okay
Yeah.
too, Libra. Libra watchers. We're all gonna be
Yeah.
okay. And we'll
Yep.
see
That's
you
what the
prob
cards say.
yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, no more 5 of not 5 of
No more.
Pentacles.
This guy's gone.
Yeah,
He's
no more
gone.
freezing in the cold,
No.
watching through the window, all the warm people.
Exactly, exactly. So, all right. Well, this is super fun as always. And
Super fun.
lots of love to all the Libras and the Libra placements out there.
Hello to all the Libras, and thank you,
Yeah.
and those of you
Yeah.
affected by the hurricane that just passed and, the hurricanes that look like they might be, but s spinning up out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, those of us being
We'll
drenched
see.
by rain, let's think dry thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully there's birthdays. Happy birthday to all of you.
Yes. Yes, and
And
happy birthday to
yeah.
you, Roslynn, and happy birthday
Thank
to you,
you.
Libra
Yeah.
Suns.
Yay.
We appreciate
Yeah.
you so much at your birthday season.
It's nice. A lot of work to be done, but it's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All right,
All
my
right,
dear.
Molly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.